So the supreme leader of Iran has now admitted to killing thousands of people. They are not even trying to hide it, these assholes. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei acknowledged Saturday that thousands of Iranians were killed during more than 2 weeks of unrest in the country. Deaths he blamed on US President Donald Trump, who he said openly encouraged the protesters by promising them US military support. I mean, he's not wrong. Donald Trump did say help is on the way, even though that help never came and nothing really happened. They did no airstrike, there was no intervention, no nothing. So, like Trump lies a lot, and this is another example of it. Him just making promises that he never ever intended to deliver. He even said that like Iranians stopped like killing. They didn't. They didn't stop killing anyone. That's just bullshit they are making up. And the entire thing is very sad. The entire thing is very sad and very disappointing, especially because like you expect Khamenei to kill people. That's like something that will happen. So you're not really worried about that. But what about Trump? You think that like a first world country's leader would keep his promises? Tough luck. Khamenei called Trump a criminal responsible for both for the casualties and the damage during the anti-government protests that broke out in late December, initially sparked by public anger over dire economic conditions. Khamenei made no mention of the brutal tactics of Iran's security forces in quelling the protests. Witnesses and human rights groups have described government forces opening fire on protesters in the streets and from rooftops. More than 3,000 people have been killed in the unrest. According to the US based human rights activist news agency, CNN cannot independently verify this figure. I mean, even if 3,000 people haven't been killed, it's still in the thousands, like at least 2,000. They were aiming with lasers and shooting people in the face. That's so fucked up. The entire thing is fucked up. Like in Iran, when the protest started, I wasn't really hopeful about the protests actually succeeding, and that was kind of pessimistic, but that's what is the truth. Like they are not gonna succeed in Iran because Iran's military will use deadly force against the civilians, which they did, which they are still doing, and which these Khamenei as well is proud of. So, like, don't expect Iran's regime to fall anytime soon. I don't think the regime will fall anytime soon. Even though it really should, I absolutely am in support of the Iranian protesters who are protesting against this tyrannical government. But, you also have to be like realistic in this scenario. In his televised address Saturday, I read that shit. Some were killed with a force that was inhuman, completely savagely. The Iranian leader continued. These actions were part of the sedition prepared blueprint. Whatever they wanna say. I mean, the protests were led by general people who are fed up with the with the economy of that country, like economy of Iran. But they can't really do much. They can't really stop this thing from happening because the entire structure of Iran, the entire political structure, is created in a way that it doesn't really require civilian input. So, like they don't care, which is sad, which is very sad. The only weapon the people had was stones, which they didn't even have a chance to throw. I mean, if you have stones, do you really think you can like succeed against people with AK-47? I don't know if they had AK-47, but obviously similar to something like that. I know there is a high chance I will be killed, but I will still go because I want to take back Iran. I mean, that's a good motivational speech, but I don't think they will take Iran back. I mean, it sounds very pessimistic, but the entire protest has failed to some extent, and I don't think it's going to like succeed in the future. More people will probably die. Like the death toll might reach 5,000, even 10,000, but the Iranian regime will not collapse because the military is on the side of the government. If the military was not 100% on their side, there was like a chance. But even if they cannot pay the military, this military is kind of like an extremist military who were chosen because of their extremist mentality and their loyalty to the Iranian regime, and these people will not betray their leaders even if they see that innocent people are being killed and the economic situation is deteriorating every day because they are brainwashed, these military, and they are extremists. So the entire situation is very different from any other country. Like in Bangladesh, when the entire thing happened, our military at first did kill a lot of people, but they didn't completely go to Awami League's or Sheikh Hasina's side. At the end, they said that like, we are not gonna be in your side. You should fucking leave. A sick man. Yeah, Trump is a sick. Trump called Khamenei a sick man, huh? I mean, you're the one who didn't deliver on your promise, so you're a promise breaker. State of the internet. Yeah, internet blackout is still going on, like all, all across Iran. Internet has been shut down. That's what these dictators wanna do. They wanna shut down the internet all the time. Sheikh Hasina did the same thing in Bangladesh as well. So overall, the Iranian protests are kind of failing. They are kind of failing, and they have failed more or less. And I don't think they will succeed in the upcoming days. I mean, Trump said he received assurance that there was no plan for executions in Iran, even though there have been a lot of executions in Iran. I mean, yeah, they didn't hang 800 people right now, but they will hang them periodically over like the next few months. So, it's not something, it's not a win. That's what I'm saying. It's not a win like Trump is portraying it as. So, yeah, that's all about Iran. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Bye.